And welcome back, everybody, to the Steelers franchise rebuild on Madden 26. Big episode today in Season 4, as the Steelers have opened the year 1-2. I think this team has gotten a lot better, but we have not made the postseason yet in this franchise, and we just got destroyed by the New York Jets to end last episode. So again, we're trying to see, is this team ready to turn the corner? Because this is an extremely talented roster. But this is also a very big year, because if we can't get this team on track by the trade deadline, we're going to have to make some tough decisions, because this is the ultimate year in terms of players that are set to hit free agency. Zach Frazier, Caleb Johnson, we got TJ Watt, Pat Freiermuth, Troy Fautanu, Jalen Ramsey. So many key players will be free agents at the end of the year, and if we aren't in good shape at the trade deadline, it makes a lot more sense to move on from many of these mainstays. So where things end up going today will have a huge ripple effect on the rest of this series. We're obviously going to move on from TJ Watt and Jalen Ramsey at some point, but that could be accelerated as early as this episode, next episode. All depends on how these next handful of games go. A lot is on the line. I thought we looked pretty good in the first two games, and then absolutely terrible against the Jets. So we get the Bengals already again. We lost to them in week 1. Would be nice to even that season series and then hopefully take care of our next couple games. One sec, before we play today, we got to sit down to talk again with Caleb Johnson. So Johnson played pretty well in weeks 1 and 2, but nobody played well in week 3. So he's thanking us for giving him the chance to be the lead running back, but he didn't hit his 150-yard goal in the first 3 weeks. He was on track after weeks 1 and 2. We'll take a quick look at the numbers here before getting play underway. 4 interceptions already for quarterback Marquise McLeod. That needs to get cleaned up. Chase Brown, 109 yards. Caleb Johnson, 93. And he has been more efficient, but you'll notice that Chase Brown has 3.6 yards a carry while breaking 5 tackles. Are they just blocking better for Caleb Johnson? And then through the air, Joey Riddick has been off to a really good start. We're getting more out of our young dynamic receiver. And I'm hoping that ends up, showing up on the win total this season. I do think we're missing one key player right now. He was there in weeks 1 and 2, wasn't in week 3, but by no means should this entire team be falling apart simply because Peyton Wilson isn't active. I didn't realize the Bengals actually had 6 X Factors on their team in this franchise. Trying to win on the road. Look how excited these fans are that they're not having to watch Joe Flacco start a game on like 5 days with the team. Roderick Barber picks up a sack of Joe Burrow. I think he is our next X Factor. With a productive season this year, I think it's going to happen. Let's set the tone right here, Marquise. I believe in you. You're going to lead us down the field, and you're going to start this game strong. What is that? Loss of 4. So here we go. It was a safety that was the difference in our first loss to the Bengals. We did allow a safety. Nice fullback dive. Bryce Lewis. All right, I'm happy again. An 11-yard fullback dive. And now Marquise McLeod against the pressure as it gets picked up. He extends the play. Now he launches way down there. And it's incomplete for Metcalf. One guy we've basically seen nothing from this year is running back Nick Johnson. I'm getting him a chance here on this possession as McLeod dumps it for Riddick, and he'll take it across the Bengal 40. We run. This is Nick Johnson, just his second carry all season. He really shined early last season and then couldn't really maintain the momentum. But I still believe. Chase Brown in the game now, and he ain't going anywhere. McLeod on 3rd and 7. Across the middle, but it's incomplete. Metcalf really should have caught that one. And the kick gets blocked. Gonna have to play some good defense to beat these Bengals. They have taken their build coming into the year and just cranked it up even further. There goes Joe Burrow. He just ran it down to the 12-yard line. 18 yards on the scramble. Now Burrow from the 12. Over the middle, a touchdown, Cincinnati. And it's Jaden Blue, who had the big game against us in week 1. Roderick Barber picks up his 2nd sack of the day. And I think we're playing pretty good defensively to have Cincinnati at 7 points right now. You do have to score to win the game. That's what I'm talking about, Joey. We're into Bengal territory after a 28-yard catch. We got 2 tight ends. Trying to overpower this Bengals front, maybe? No. Over the middle. Here goes Metcalf. Brought down at the 32. Scanning and throwing for Metcalf again. He'll have 9. They clog the A-gap as McLeod will dump it complete. Nice catch out there by Nick Johnson, giving him a lot of the first half. From the 21, McLeod over the middle and a touchdown, Joey Riddick. I thought that was intended for Metcalf. We had 2 guys wide open. I'm checking out our depth chart here in the second half and seeing severe risk of injury on Jalen Ramsey. We might be pretty thin having to defend these receivers the rest of the way. 10-7 game, though. We've kept it low scoring, and McLeod incomplete for Riddick. He threw it a bit behind him. Throwing again from the 17, but can't extend the play long enough. And there is an injured Bengal on the play. Now standing at the goal line on 3rd and 21, and he's going to get it! Joey Riddick wide open. And a great job by the offensive line, giving him time for an unlikely conversion like that was. To the 33, and McLeod throws a dart to McMillan. Again, 3rd down, McLeod steps up, throws complete. It's Freiermuth. Running this now. What a move! It's Caleb Johnson! Outside the numbers! And to the 10, he's bumped out. 40 yards on his first carry. That spin was crazy. More Caleb Johnson immediately. Maybe not yet. Hendrickson brings down McLeod. Back at the 16, deep drop. And McLeod fires, end zone! Touchdown, DK Metcalf. What is this secondary doing? We've been able to stretch the field so well today. Yeah, I have no idea why he's not getting depth here. This is Logan Wilson. He's a superstar X Factor. And it's a Tampa 2 defense. You got to guard the deep middle. Instead, he guards the tight end. And, I mean, we could have scored a couple different ways. Bryce Lewis is wide open. I'm wondering if that was because it was a double A gap look. If he was just so close to the line that the Tampa 2 responsibility there for the linebacker isn't handled nicely from basically playing on the line of scrimmage. I'm getting real tired of the punters being so good in Super Sim. They always pin us inside the 5. Bengals 3rd and 7. Trying to protect a 4-point lead against them. We send 4, and they're going to pick it up on the catch by Marco Rodriguez. So let's see who's out there. Beanie Bishop, Patrick Stewart. He's in the slot. I need my telestrator. Patrick Stewart. Burrow. Complete. That's Joey Porter. So no Jalen Ramsey right now. Patrick Stewart then. I said he's going to play some cornerback this year. And this is a huge test for him as he's blitzed off the edge. Caught by Chase. Inside the 10. Burrow on 2nd down. open in the flats. What are we doing? Touchdown, Dallas Goedert. Another tight AFC North battle. Caleb Johnson, he's up the hash. What is the safety doing? Geno Stone just runs right by him. I gotta say, that 140-yard play might get Caleb Johnson the starting role after all. He looks so fast right now. He has like 88 speed, and it doesn't look like it. Nick Johnson's going to check in as we go 2nd down and 2, and McLeod slides, sees Hendrickson, fires perfectly, and hits Joey Riddick. This is awesome to watch. Where has this been? He's got Trey Hendrickson right there, takes the hit. He had another wide open guy. This Bengals secondary is so lost. Sacked by TJ Watt. TJ Watt picked up a sack, his 2nd of the day, and we have it again. I mean, we're in the driver's seat here. 5 minutes to go, up by 4. Can we make this a 2-possession game or just run the clock down significantly? We're throwing on 2nd down, and it's caught by Luis Castaneda. I hope this doesn't backfire quickly, but I think our offensive line is doing an outstanding job. That's allowed us to stretch the field more today. Here's McLeod driving the ball, incomplete for Riddick. They blitz, it's countered, and Metcalf has 6. Good protection, there he goes, and he runs this time. McLeod all the way to the 22. I was holding on there like, please don't sprint to the line and then launch the ball. Scrambling to the 22, close to the warning now. And continuing to pass. DK turns upfield. Timeout Cincinnati. Chase Brown gets the first, makes a move, and daggers his former team. Touchdown Pittsburgh. One of my favorite offensive performances of the entire series. Cincinnati down 11. And we know they can make a lot happen with a little time. Now, they spent 1 timeout on that last possession already. And we're close to the 2-minute warning. 8 in coverage. Burrow dumps it underneath. Burrow hits Chase. We're inside 2 minutes now. Burrow completes again to Goedert. So at this point, you really want to get the touchdown without using either timeout. And you still need, a good minute on the clock because you can only stop it twice. A punt takes longer than you think. So, best case scenario for them, they're still looking at not having much time to get a second drive off unless they get an onside kick. And I guess last episode, we saw the way they can bounce at times. It took 3 attempts for us to pick up the ball. So they're 21 yards out. Burrow pressured, fires, it's caught! Touchdown, Marco Rodriguez. Just bounced right off. Get off me, Bengals score, and did it pretty quickly. That was Julian Love on the coverage. And now they'll go for 2 to make this a field goal game. Burrow, he runs and gets it. But here we go, the onside kick now. Picked up by the Steelers. He grabbed that ball with confidence. Xavier Legette. Take us home. Let's get a 2-2 start on the year. Caleb Johnson, decisive cut. He's starting the next game. Like, everything he's doing is at 1,000,000 miles per hour right now. He's playing so fast. A minute to go. Caleb Johnson straight ahead. And there's their last timeout as Johnson crosses the century mark. I'm not really a fan of this because you can't end the game. But we're just going to take a knee Oh. Oh, no. No. We're kicking a field goal. Kaimi Fairbairn. He drills it. Okay. We're all right. Oh, no. We just gave him a touchback. Why are you showing off your strong leg there? They're never kicked through the end zone. I never see that. Burrow has to get a touchdown. He's going to start by dumping it off and probably ending the game right here. 8 seconds left. They'll sprint up. They're in position. There's a play. This is the last play of the game. Joe Burrow from the 50. He'll wind up, throw to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Steelers win. One of the best games of the series, I'd have to say. 31-25. Very happy with this team. And let me ask you, is that a team you want to tear down? Or is that a team you want to see try to end the losing season streak? Marquise McLeod just went toe-to-toe with Joe Burrow and matched him. And in some ways played better. He got all this production on 31 pass attempts. 102 yards for Caleb Johnson. He's going to start next week. He earned it. That 40-yarder was electric. Joey Riddick, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Got to stick with this team, guys. There's something here. And one more time on this Caleb Johnson 40-yard run. This is against a stacked box. And that spin is just unbelievable. Like, this is Saquon Barkley-like. The way he cuts outside and then immediately spins upfield, accelerates. That's special. We'll upgrade the veteran, Peter Skoronski. Big run block boost there. Love that. We did suffer an injury this week. Jalen Ramsey with a pulled groin is going to miss 3 to 7. And cornerback now becomes a very questionable position on this team. And it kind of begs the question, like, are you willing to make a trade for somebody when there is still the possibility of us having to, like, have a sell-off at some point? We're 2-2. Let's see what's out there, at least in free agency, because, you know, without Ramsey, it doesn't look as good. And that is going to be Taron Johnson, Samuel Womack. We have some options here in the 78 overall range that are probably, you know, decent to go after. I think Taron Johnson here is who I want. 87 speed, you know, that's the one thing that hurts. Everything else, he has an edge with. I almost wonder then if I have Taron Johnson play the slot and give Patrick Stewart the audition on the outside. Like, he could actually be a legitimate outside cornerback now. Joey Porter, Beanie Bishop at 5'9", 182, Patrick Stewart. Maybe I have Johnson here as like some extra depth, and we see if Stewart can handle playing outside. The unknown in this case now is, what will Jalen Ramsey's health be at the trade deadline? Because if he is injured, I cannot trade him. So he's probably out 4 weeks. I think in week 9, he'll actually likely be good to go in that case. I guess there's a chance he's not. To create the roster spot, we are going to place Tony Green on the practice squad. And now we get the Cleveland Browns. Both teams at 2-2. Cleveland with an 87 overall defense, holding teams to 19.7 points per game. So we move, you know, we're 4 years into the future. 3 years, whatever. Browns are still, like, you know, failing to score, but they have a good defense. They just play these, like, 36 total games. They still have Myles Garrett, but there is a steep drop-off with the rest of their talent. J.O.K., Denzel Ward. I got Laramie Tunsil now. Marcus Beverly is the quarterback, starting over Shadur Sanders. And it looks like morale is, you know, taking a little bit of a hit here. Beverly is in his second season after throwing 13 touchdowns and 4 picks last year. He is coming off a good game, though, against the Philadelphia Eagles. Hey. X Factor. All right, Chris Leonard is an X-Factor linebacker. I didn't realize he was already having that revealed right now. He has big-time upside, and I cannot wait to see what type of player he becomes. We're going to go right into that coverage, because I think that's the way for him to make the greatest impact. So after getting back on track with that win over the Bengals, can we go above 500 now and beat a team that I think we should have success against? And can we play as good as we look? Here we go with the Steelers Reese's Puff variant. It's time to try to take down Cleveland. Caleb Johnson gets the start at running back. And I want to see him have hopefully a big day. It's unfortunate that we had the whole storyline play out where he was trying to become the starter and then it failed. He didn't reach the goal. But now he's the starter because of a big 40-yard run and then still getting over 100 yards the rest of the way. Browns already have 2 turnovers, apparently. I did see that T.J. Watt recovered a fumble. But expect another low-scoring game. Marquise McLeod on 3rd and 3. Throws to Caleb Johnson. That was outstanding coverage from Carson Swessinger. And I like that we're going for it here. McLeod out of the shotgun. He'll keep it in the air and never had a chance. Unblocked pressure. But a great job by the defense, immediately forcing them to go 3 and out, and they get nothing. Castaneda, 12 yards. You know, I like seeing Luis Castaneda make plays. We're back into Cleveland territory now, running this. Caleb Johnson right through the middle. You know, there comes a point with these running backs when you're developing them where they turn a corner. And you never know where it's going to be. I think that everybody's unique based on their combination of athleticism and traits. Unable to make the catches, Riddick. But once you reach a point, whether it's with, the vision, the acceleration getting a little bit better, they seem to transform. And I just think Caleb Johnson is playing fast. He's showing elusive skills, and we know he has some power. 3rd down and 6. McLeod steps through, fires, incomplete for Metcalf. We pick it up again with the Pittsburgh offense, just 3-0. The Browns play these ugly games. They bring you down to their level. Here's a throw over the middle, and DK Metcalf makes the catch. The AFC North is just built for slugfest one-score games. Come on! Lost the ball and scooped up. Cleveland is going to take the lead on the big man touchdown. Running this one in is Tom Banks. I thought I took all the slip screens out. I guess one found its way to stick around, unfortunately, and we trail 63 yards to Xavier Legette. We'll take it. Touchdown, Caleb Johnson. It's the second half, and Shedeur Sanders is in the game. Cleveland down 3, 3rd and 3. Sanders lost the ball, and the Steelers now recover. Roderick Barber on the recovery. 3 turnovers for Cleveland. Pittsburgh ball now. Caleb Johnson gets a lane and runs across the 40. Marquise McLeod drops back deep and throws complete, finding Legette. All right, if Legette has a couple catches, someone's missing. And right now I'm seeing Riddick out there, McMillan. So is Metcalf missing? That's Joey Riddick for 2. I'm looking for number 4. And I'm not sure DK's out there. 2nd down and 8. McLeod steps up. He's going to throw. End zone. Incomplete for Legette. Wait, I'm seeing Metcalf out there now. So I don't know what's going on. Third down, throwing, caught, touchdown, there he is. Metcalf scores easily. Cleveland, meanwhile, yet to score offensively as Eric Brock picks up a sack. Seeing some guys that don't usually get a lot of playing time make some plays for us. You know, I love that. Shedeur Sanders, fourth quarter, 3rd and 6. He's got time and throws complete in the middle for Jerry Jeudy. Sanders over the middle, but well covered on the play. And that is Craig Woodson, the safety. I don't know why all these backups are out there. Here's a run that we sniff out and easily make the play. Beanie Bishop. The secondary must be having a pretty good day. 3rd down and 13. Sanders, he gets it away, but the tackle is made. Again, Bishop. But you can't get too comfortable, as Seibert's field goal is away and the Browns do make it a touchdown game. I gotta admit, these uniforms stink because it's so hard for me to read the front of the uniforms. This is Caleb Johnson for 8. Like, I'm always looking for numbers to identify who everybody is. And, like, the front of the jersey is useless in this angle. 2nd down and 2. It is caught. There goes Freiermuth. He bounces off. Look at that. He made some moves and got to the 33. Metcalf and Riddick are out there. I think we're at full strength right now. Here comes DK. This is a run to the right. Caleb Johnson gets stuffed. At least 3 is the mission here. As McLeod, he felt the rush in time to sprint up for 5. Browns bring pressure from the secondary. It's caught though. Metcalf, he just threw him away. DK Metcalf. Get off me! Is this some like SEC bad blood, Ole Miss versus LSU? Grant Delpit just got thrown out of the building. On 2nd down, McLeod, he gets rid of it just in time. And so Browns trying to make a stand on 3rd and 3. They bring more pressure. McLeod says, that's fine by me. Touchdown, Joey Riddick. This is the Joey Riddick breakout season, everybody. Cleveland doing everything they can to try and score without burning their timeouts. And Shedeur Sanders just tossed the touchdown pass. They went to the fullback there, Clyde Blaylock. That's a good fullback name. Onside kick incoming with 31 seconds left, and it's scooped. And returned by DK Metcalf. Trying to close them out is Caleb Johnson. Browns have 3 timeouts, well now 2. The 1st down ends it. Now from the shotgun, oh no, Chase Brown creates 3rd and 8. Chase Brown outside, Joey Riddick just pancakes somebody, and Chase Brown gets the 1st down easily. And that's going to wrap it up, a 2nd straight win for Pittsburgh as they will move to 3-2. This has been such a fun episode. This team's putting on a show. 24-17 is the final. The Steelers are beginning to play the way they're supposed to. McLeod, 2 touchdowns, 278 yards, played very clean. Caleb Johnson, 74 yards, did lose a fumble in this game. So that's the one negative from him. We spread the football around pretty well. Our top 3 receivers all had 4 catches apiece. And on defense, Eric Brock had a sack. Derek Harmon No interceptions. We got a contribution today from Xavier Leggett. How cool is that? We'll increase the catching, the route running a bit, spec catch, stiff arm. And then Derek Harmon. Let's go and improve that run stopping. Because if you stop the run, it gives you a license to rush the passer more often. But the injuries, I think, are the big concern right now. And 2 more players got hurt this week. TJ Watt, Joey Porter. Wow. So Logan Wilson comes off the injury report now. But now the secondary is very banged up. We're missing our top 2 corners and TJ Watt. That's a lot to be missing. We are going to sign an edge rusher then in Montez Sweat, who just happens to still be out there and available. And we're going to put TJ Watt on injured reserve. That opens up a roster spot, and also it means he's not going to be traded this year. I should be able to return him after 4 weeks, but putting him on IR will give us the open roster spot then for Sweat. This is going to be interesting to see this secondary and how they play. Taron Johnson just got here. Patrick Stewart is, converting now to cornerback. And then we have the rookie in Jonathan Parsons and an undrafted rookie in Antoine Byers. I think Johnson plays the primary nickel role just because he's not as athletic as the other cornerbacks. So we focused a lot on the offense today, and there's been a lot to like. Now I think we have to see this defense, because we're going to play for a few weeks now, missing our top 2 corners and TJ Watt. The defense is also just so banged up. There are a lot of guys who have been fatigued. The offense is not quite like that. Maybe it's a good matchup for us to play Tennessee right now. This is not a high-performing offense. Cam Ward's their top offensive player, with Deontay Gunter as the top receiver, and Tyjae Spears, their best but injured running back. Mitch Simmons replaces him, and Gunter is a really fast, explosive, undersized receiver with 98 spec catch. He's all about downfield big plays. So I'm actually going to be skipping over a lot of the offense in this game. Early, at least. So how is this defense going to look then? So many changes. Cam Ward throws over the middle and hits a big play immediately. Beanie Bishop was in the area. So what do we got here? Bishop down here. Taron Johnson up top. This is only our base defense. So we haven't had to go with a third cornerback until here. So Patrick Stewart at the very top. He just got beat. Ward chased. Barber knocked the ball out. Now he picks it up. And the Steelers take over. Here's your game changer with all the missing pieces. Roderick Barber. But this is the concern. You've got Gunter on the outside against Patrick Stewart. And, thankfully there was some safety help here. But Ward could have potentially had a big play if Barber wasn't there. That's why pass rushers are so valuable. Gives you some leeway in the secondary. Taken down inside the 10. Touchdown, Caleb Johnson. Jordan Davis picks up a sack on the next possession, but Deontay Gunter gets 19. Let's see this team defend third down now, right on the edge of field goal range. A little nervous seeing the press coverage here up top. Cam Ward throws. Caught. No. Went through his hands. Could catch a break. Moving ahead, it's Tennessee's next possession. Again, third down, now at the 36. Cam Ward over the middle. They go after Bishop that time. He gets targeted quite a bit, it seems. They pick on him a little bit. Inside handoff now. Chris Leonard is there on the stop. Running to the right. Leonard over pursues. Nice hit. Good job by Kobe Bryant. I saw in the Super Sim, he came up with a couple pass deflections in the Bengal game. So Bryant just continues to stand out to me. That throw is caught, turning up, diving in, Chig Okonkwo. Julian Love couldn't slow him down. And Tennessee has it again later in the first half. And they're going to take the lead. Their defense is doing pretty well. We started hot. We've cooled off. Down 3 now in the second half. 22 to Joey Riddick. That sets us up at the 1. Caleb Johnson gets us the go-ahead score. And now you have this defense that has to protect a small lead in the fourth quarter. Cam Ward, screen's not open. That's the right play. Just throw it in the dirt. All right, can we get off the field now? Here's a lob downfield. Good coverage. No, he caught it. Taron Johnson was right there but couldn't get a hand on it. And Tennessee takes it down to the 30. Ward's going to keep this. He has space. Gets the 20. Brought down. Cam from the 18. Runs up the middle. Gets the first down and slides at the 3. He hands off straight ahead. Chris Leonard is there. Cam blitzed on second down. Finds the open man. We give up the touchdown. Beanie Bishop was on the coverage. Checking in now with the Steelers offense down 3. What an episode of games today, by the way. Slipping a tackle, Chase Brown. The shotgun runs have just not worked well. 3rd down and 6. Big play here. What a catch, Joey. Go for it. Keep the offense on. No, they're going to play it safe. Going for the tie. Fairbairn's kick evens it 20 apiece. Intercepted. Julian Love. We get the big play. The short field. That's a long one. We're going to throw it. Lobbed end zone. Metcalf. No. Man, I do not like that call there. 4th and 1. We're going to kick it now. Not giving our defense a lot of room for error. Cam Ward off the fake. He throws over the middle and is intercepted again. Kobe Bryant. Back-to-back interceptions for Tennessee. How about the safeties, the stable part of this defense? Love gets the pick. Bryant follows. The Seattle-Pittsburgh connection. Trying to set us up for another win. Blitzed, throwing, caught, DK, inside the 5. Guys, show some love to Marquise McLeod down below. I saw y'all comparing him. You know, he can't see the field. He looks like Bryce Young. I saw that comment twice. You know, was it Bryce Young against the Cowboys? Because that Bryce Young's pretty good. Marquise McLeod hands. Caleb Johnson breaks in. Touchdown. And the Steelers look to win a 3rd consecutive. So impressed with this team right now. At 1-2, coming off of that Jets game, knowing what could happen at the trade deadline, I knew like this could be the end of like the base Pittsburgh roster. And like, I don't want that. You know, I want my build to work. I don't want to have to reset my own rebuild in year 4. And so to see McLeod play this well, the offense, you know, we could just trust them. I was just watching the defense, didn't feel like I had to keep an eye on them and evaluate. And the defense, you know, they had their challenges. We're undermanned right now. We're missing 3 of our best players and our top 2 cornerbacks. But if we can still win like this, you know, Roderick Barber steps up in the absence of Watt, strip sack, we get the ball, score a touchdown, and then the safeties. They get 2 interceptions for us. It ain't going to be pretty, but you win 3 games in a row like this going into your bye, you're going to feel pretty good. The Steelers are 4-2. I'm not sure we've started the season this well since year 1 with the cupcake schedule the Steelers had to start 2025. This team is really fun to watch right now. Today has been the most fun, I think, in terms of gameplay. The fans are down to 1%. Y'all gotta just lighten up. I don't get it, because we won 3 games in a row today. What you want? 9 touchdowns, 5 picks. Having a really good episode. Caleb Johnson, 5 touchdowns. He's looked excellent. 6 yards a carry for him is amazing. Joey Riddick and DK Metcalf are dynamic as a pair. And then you got Roderick Barber stepping up, 6 sacks, 6 TFLs. He's trying to put in a Pro Bowl season. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. Little bit shorter video, but I hope you enjoyed it. I love your thoughts down below. I think this team stabilized the season today. And we're not going to be, regardless what happens against Philly, we're not going to be trading everybody at the deadline or anything. But the next, thing for us is to get healthier. And hopefully we can get these corners back soon and be more at full strength defensively, because we're going to need it. But this was a lot of fun. The team is playing extremely well. And if we can keep this up, we should finally make the postseason this year. The offense is ranked top 10 in a lot of categories. The defense does have some work to do, but there's real progress being made. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts down below. Hit that like button, and I will see you all in the next one.